And welcome back, YouTube. This is Boosterbox Buster here with another video. Today, I got a Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game, English edition, first edition, Raging Tempest Booster Box unboxing. Now, this is from the Arc V era of Yu-Gi-Oh! And I believe it was one of the last core sets released in the Arc V series. The tagline for this particular box is Zoodiac Rampage. Unfortunately, I do not know the name of this particular monster, but it looks pretty cool, and I would not mind pulling a copy of it. Now, something to note, I believe this box, or this set, I should say, was after they implemented the one holo per box rule. And if that's the case, I'm only going to be stopping and reading the effects of ultra rares and secret rares because one, the video would take forever if I stopped at every single pack to read a holo, and two, I would probably drive myself and your guys' self insane if I did that. So, for the sanity and sake of time, I think it's better if I just stop at the ultra rares and secret rares, if it is indeed one holo per pack. With that said, let's get into this. So this is the Raging Tempest booster pack, the same cover art as the particular box art. So nothing new there, but that Yu-Gi-Oh! Has always been that way. The pack art and the box art have been pretty much the exact same throughout its life. But nothing wrong with that. And our first pack of Raging Tempest will give us a Shinobird Salvation for our very first card of the pack. Flower, Cardian, Cherry Blossom with Curtain. That's a long card name. Hebo, Lord of the River. Cool. Void Feast. Our first rare is Switcheroo. Switcheroo. It's Switcheroo. Pretty cool. Our first holo is a super rare, so not gonna stop just to only to read the name. The King, our True King, Lithos. What's that? True King Lithosagum, the Disaster. Pretty cool looking card. It is a worm. Let me get these in focus here. Sorry about that. So and then we got Metro Gnome. Ha ha ha. Get the clever pun. Apprentice Piper. And Zoodiac Combo. I love that image. Just a whole bunch of warriors fighting this gigantic dragon. That's awesome. Unfortunately, I don't know much about the archetypes in this particular set because this is my first time ever opening this set, so I don't know how they play. Eater of Millions. Well, let's see what type of cards he's eating there. He's eating some old school cards. Look at that. But then again, when you've been around as long as Yu-Gi-Oh! Have, I don't think there's quite a million, but there's definitely thousands, tens of thousands of cards to eat in the game, that's for sure. Zoodiac Bunny Blast? It's a bunny with a giant cannon. Shinobird Salvation. Spyral Mission Recapture. Pretty cool. Subterror Behemoth Dragosuri? Dragosuri? Interesting. Really like that art, though. So that is a super rare. Rocket Hand. Cipher. Entangler? Entanger? Entranger? How do you say that? Lightsworn Judgment. And Symphonic Warrior Synthesis. Symphonic Warriors, man, that's an old archetype there. That's kind of cool. They're never really any good, but kind of cool to see a throwback to them. Zodiac sign. Mechanical Arc Fiend. Interesting. Massive Morph. Symphonic Warrior Mix. Ooh. I love rituals. We got Baroness. Baroness Peacock. Dragon Collar Magician is our next super rare. Very cool. Speedroid Horse Stilts. I don't think you're going to be going anywhere fast if you're on stilts, that's for sure. Yoko Tuner and Cipher thing. Now I'm pretty sure when they made it one holo per pack, they took away the ghost rare, so unfortunately we don't have that lottery card to look forward to, or to possibly pull, which is a bit of an unfortunate thing, but it is what it is. We got Citron Ryan? Crystron Ryan. Interesting. Crystron Ryan. Symphonic Warrior Guitar. Mechanical Arc Fiend. Ooh. That's Spiritual Beast Tamer Winda. Almost looks like a Fire Emblem character, if I'm going to be totally honest. Ooh, our first ultra rare of the box. Very nice. That is a WindWitch Glass Bell. Very cool. Looks kind of like a Dark Magician cross with Kiki's Delivery Service, so that's kind of cool. Level 4 Wind type Spellcaster Tuner effect, 1500 attack, 1500 defense, so not bad stats. If this card is normal or special summon, you can add one WindWitch monster from your deck to your hand, except WindWitch Glass Spell. Also, you can special summon monsters for the rest of the turn. Or you cannot special summon the rest of the turn, except wind monsters. You can only use the effect of WindWitch Glass Spell once per turn. So it's kind of cool. So if you summon her either by any way, normal or special, the only thing that I don't think would count would be flip summon. You can basically tutor another WindWitch monster, so that's kind of cool. Helps out the archetype quite a bit. Except for herself, which is fair because she could just probably create some sort of infinite loop, and that's no good. The secondary effect is you cannot special summon any other monsters except for wind type, which I'm guessing the WindWitches are all wind types, so it's probably not going to affect it too much for that particular downside of the effect. You can only use this effect of WindWitch once per turn. That's to pretty much stop any potential infinite loops, so I completely understand why they did that. Overall, I'd say this is actually a pretty decent card. I would probably definitely run this, or not run it. I would have to check the rest of the WindWitch line and see if it's worth running. But I would definitely say it's probably at least a sideboard, if not a staple for WindWitch decks, just particular based on the tutor effect. So that's kind of a cool card. That's WindWitch Glass Bell. Where do I want to put these? That's enough room there. Yeah, that'll work. Alright. So, our next one is Speedroid Horse Stilts. Yoko Tuner. Ancient Gear Hunting Hound. And White Princess. Wow. They continued that line, huh? Didn't know that they continued that line. I thought it was just kind of a running line during was it 5Ds or was it Zexal? We got Cyber Tutuban, interesting. Zoodiac Bunny Blast. That art's actually kind of cute. Here's the long-winded one. Flower Cardian Cherry Blossom with Curtain. Shinobird Crane. Pretty cool looking card. You got Super Heavy Samurai, Stealthy Ninja. Very nice. Neo Galaxy Eyes Cipher Dragon is our super rare. XYZ Monster. Ritual Beast Return. Performapal, Handstand Coon. And Shaddoll? Aeon. Pretty cool. Yeah, I gotta say, at least the art for the Ultra I got so far is really cool. And it's decent effect, I'd say, so that's probably one of the better ones of the set. Oh, that's right. I think they also got rid of Ultimate Rares, which was a real shame, because those were so much fun to have in the collection. We got Ancient Gear Howlitzer. Love that name. Flower Cardian Cherry Blossom with Curtain. Zoodiac Sign. Our rare is Subterror Behemoth. How do you say that? Volturic? I'm just going to say Volturic. Subterror Behemoth Volturic. Very cool art. Subterror Cave Clash. Very cool super rare. Rocket Hand. Apprentice Piper. Shinobird Pigeon. Shinobird Crow. And, oh, I think that's it. Cool art for the crow, though. Almost looks like a Blackwing. For those who remember that archetype. Ooh. Oh boy. Miscellaneousasaurus. That's not what I imagine a Miscellaneousasaurus would look like. That looks more like a zombie dragon or something, or like a... Yeah, that just doesn't look like a Miscellaneousasaurus. Sympha Amplifier. Symphonic Warrior Guitar, Crystron Ryan, Zoodiac Zoodiac Borbo. Zoodiac Borbo. Hey, 2 Zoodiacs in 1 pack. Zoodiac Raptor? Raptpire. Zoodiac Raptpire. Interesting. Symphonic Warrior Synthesis. Sinobird's Calling. And Sinobird Pigeon. Now, when they reduced it, or when they added 1 holo per pack, I don't know if they increased the ultra rare and secret rare ratio, or if they kept it the same. So, I don't know if we're still expecting 2 ultras, 1 secret, or maybe 2 secrets, or 4 ultras. I don't know how the ratio is now. Sinobird Power Spot. Sympha Amplifier. Cipher Spectrum. Envoy of Chaos. Very cool looking card. Ooh! So our secret rare is a trap card. It's a full force virus. Kind of looks like a like crush card or something like that. Let's read its effect. Tribute 1 dark monster with 2,000 or more defense. Check your opponent's hand, all monsters they control, and all cards they draw until the end of the 3rd turn after this card's activation, and destroy all those monsters with 1,500 or less defense. If you're tributing a 2,000 defense monster, it should be 2,000 defense for the effect, but... That's kind of costly. So it lasts for 3 turns after this card's activation. Now, is that your turn, your opponent's turn, your turn, or is that 3 of your turns? Because if it's you, your opponent, you, then that's nowhere near worth it. If it's 3 of your 3rd in turn after this effect, then it's a little bit more worth it. If nothing else, you get a free look at your opponent's hand, any card they draw, and all the cards on their field. So that's kind of a nice, you get knowledge, and knowledge is always a good thing in Yu-Gi-Oh! Trying to think, you could probably get this off on your opponent's first turn, because I'm sure that there's some sort of level 4 or lower dark monster with 2,000 defense that you could get out. Activate this card as soon as your opponent draws a card. So when they're destroyed, I'm guessing they go to the graveyard, which for some decks could actually help your opponent. So this card, if it's a heavy graveyard format, would probably not be very good. If it's not a heavy graveyard format, this card would probably... You could probably work this into some sort of rogue deck. So yeah, I'd say that this card has potential. It's just a high cost. You have to tribute a 2,000 defense or higher dark monster. And that's very specific. If it was just any 2,000 defense monster, it could be put into a lot more decks. Dark monster is a very specific type. So potential, but not... I almost want to say I'm not secret rare worthy. I want to say almost more of an ultra rare level. Potential, but you have to build a deck for it. So that is our secret rare. Terminal World next. Zoodiac Ram, Shaddoll Aeon, and Speedroid Horse Stilts. An oxymoron if I've ever seen one. Miscellaneous Asaurus, Ancient Gear Howlitzer, love that name, Eater of Millions, Speedroid Gum Prize. Speedroid, that'd almost be like a Autobot, that's kind of cool. Fusion Parasite, that's not so cool. Cyber Angel Natasha, that's actually kind of cool looking, and it's a ritual. Rituals are always fun. Rocket Hand, Cipher, E, and Lightsworn Judgment. Very nice. Miscellaneous Asaurus, Rank Up Magic Cipher Ascension, Cyber Tutubon, Performapal Laugh Maker, Maker of Laughs. Interesting. Ooh! We got ourselves an ultra rare Odd Eyes Raging Dragon, I think. That's the cover beast, so that's pretty cool. So this... Oh, wow. This is an interesting card. It's a Pendulum XYZ monster. I haven't seen too many of those, but then again, I haven't played the game past this point, so it's unique. Let's read its effects. Magic effect. Once per turn, if you have no cards in your other Pendulum Zone, you can place one Pendulum monster from your deck in your Pendulum Zone. That's actually pretty good. Now let's read its monsters effect. 2 level 7 Dragon-type monsters, so it's a very costly one to get out already. If you can Pendulum summon level 7, you can Pendulum summon this face-up card in your extra deck if this card is in your monster zone. Or if this card into the monster zone is destroyed, you can place it in your Pendulum zone. If this card is XYZ summoned using XYZ monsters as material, it gains this effect. You can make a second attack during each battle phase, that's pretty good. Once per turn, you can detach one XYZ material from this card, destroy as many cards as your opponent controls as possible, and if you do, this card gains 200 attack for each until the end of this turn. Oh, wow. That's actually pretty dang good. The only thing is, to get that secondary effect, you have to use a level 7 XYZ monster as material to get him out, so it's very pricey. If you can get it out, that secondary effect can pretty much wreck your opponent, and you pretty much can swing for game at that point. However, so this is pretty much the in-game boss monster. If you can get him out with that secondary effect, you pretty much win. If you can't get him out with that secondary effect, he's still a 3,000-2,500 beat stick monster, so, you know, it's the Blue Eyes equivalent. And that's always nice to have. And on top of that, you can actually instantly get him out without even needing to tribute for him. As long as you can Pendulum 7 level summon, you can instantly get him out. So you can get out a 3,000 attack monster, so that's pretty nice. And if he's destroyed while he's in a monster zone, you can just place him straight in a Pendulum zone. So there's that too. So it's not terrible. Um, it's pricey. It's basically your in-game final push. If you can get them out, you win. If you can't, it's just going to sit in your extra deck. So this would probably be in your side deck, just kind of like if you can pull it off, awesome. If you can't, you have an alternative strategy to win. So pretty cool, but very pricey. Recardination. Machine Angel Absolute Ritual. That's a new one. Beginning of Heaven and Earth. I think we all know what that second word should be, but Konami won't allow it. And Cipher, that guy. So, because we're only still on the left-hand side of the box, it looks like we're probably going to get 4 Ultra Rares and possibly 2 Secrets. So that's kind of nice. At least they upped the Ultra Rare count. Void Feast. Super Quantal Alphin Spike. Interesting. Hebo, Lord of the River. Shirianu style Samsara? Interesting. Oh, we got ourselves another Spyral mission, Recapture. Subterror Behemoth. Dragusari. Yoko Tuner, love that guy. Ancient Gear Hunting Hound. White Princess, and that's it. Alright. We are on to our final pack on the left-hand side, and then we get to go to the right-hand side. Raging Tempest, pack number 12. Will you give me something swell? Zoodiac Bunny Blast, Super Quantal Alpha... Super Quantal Alphin Spike. Ah, that is hard to say. Shinobird Crane. Ooh, Lost Wind. That's kind of cool looking. Heavy Armored Train Iron Wolf. Very cool. Symphonic Warrior Synthesis. Performapal. Handstandakun. Magispector Gust. And Shinobird Crow. The Lost Blackwing Brethren. Now we are on to the right-hand side. I wouldn't mind another one of those, if there's any more in the set, the WindWitch. That'd be kind of cool to pull another WindWitch. Once again, I don't know if there's more than one in this set. That might be the only one. Eater of Millions. Zoodiac Bunny Blast. Got quite a few of her. Shinobird Salvation. Shinobird Power Spot. Spiritual Beast Tamer Winda. Still love that art. Cyber Angel Natasha. A second Natasha. Shinobird Cullen. This is... If we would, it would have been perfect if we got a Shinobird Hollow or Rare. Ancient Gear Hunting Ground and Ritual Beast Return. Sorry about that. Speedroid Gum Prize. Miscellaneous Asaurus. Sympha Amplifier. Ancient Gear Reborn. Draco Collar Magician. Sorry about that, these cards are kind of sticking together. Right Princess. Yoko Tuner. Zoodiac Ram, and Super Soldier Synthesis. Very cool. Fun question. So, for those who have opened quite a bit of the set, or have been around since this set, or have been playing the game since this set has been around, what's the, what do you consider the best card from this set? I have no idea, but so far I really like the WindWitch glass spell. That's a pretty cool card. Zoodiac Sign, Crystron Ryan, Symphonic Warrior, Guitar, Mechanical Archfiend. Oh, that's kind of cool. We got Fusion Recycling Plant, Neo Galaxy Eyes Cipher Dragon, super rare. Super Soldier Synthesis. I've always had an affinity for warrior type monsters. Zoodiac Combo, and Shinobird Pigeon. Miscellaneous Thesaurus, Ancient Gear Howlitzer, Eater of Millions, Flower Cardian Light Flare. Very cool. Wow! Ask and I shall receive. I got WindWitch Ice Bell. So we got the Glass Spell, now we have the Ice Bell. She is a wind type, so this is searchable with the other one's effect. That's kind of cool. Level 3, Spellcaster 1000, 1000. Not terrible stats. Let's take a look. If you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand, and you can special summon one WindWitch monster from your deck, but it cannot be tributed. You cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck the turn you activate this effect to level 5 or higher wind monsters. If this card is normal or special summoned, you can inflict 500 damage to your opponent. You can only use the effect, or each effect of WindWitch Ice Spell once per turn. Interesting. She has quite a bit going on. So, if this is turn 0, you go first. You have this card in your hand, you can literally special summon her right away, because it says you have to control no cards, so... And I'm assuming when it says no cards... No monsters, sorry, so you can control magic and trap. So you have she has to be the first card you summon, or you have to have enemy to field in order to summon her. That's kind of cool. And then, once you summon her, you can instantly special summon another WindWitch card straight to the field. So that's kind of cool. However, the second monster you summon cannot be tributed. So you can't go any crazy combo summoning the turn that you do that. You cannot special summon any monsters from your extra deck the turn that you activate her effect, except level 5 or higher wind type monsters. Which I'm sure there's some sort of crazy combo to get it out nonetheless. Whenever this card in particular is normal or special summoned, you can inflict 500 damage of life points to your opponent directly. So a little bit of burn damage. I don't think this archetype revolves around burn damage, but I might be wrong about that. However, in order to stop infinite loops, you can only use the effect of WindWitch Ice Spell once per turn. You can only use each effect once per turn. Once again, to probably stop infinite loops from potentially happening, which I can completely understand that. In my opinion, another pretty dang good card to have in a WindWitch type deck. However, It's my big issue is not being able to attribute the monster that you special summon with her effect. That's the biggest drawback in my opinion. If it wasn't for that, this card would be probably secret rare worthy and probably worth quite a bit of money, at least when it first came out. Yeah, I would say it's probably definitely worth running in a WindWitch deck. However, I don't know the rest of the cards. These two are definitely seem to be pretty dang good cards, though. That was WindWitch Ice Bell. Shinobird Crow, Lightsworn Judgment, Magispector Gust, and Ancient Gear Hunting Hound. Kind of nice to... It was just kind of nice to get it because I was just kind of throwing it out. I was like, I kind of like to see more of that WindWitch archetype, and I happen to get more of the WindWitch archetype. Sympha Amplifier, Cipher Spectrum, Ancient Gear Howlitzer, Flower Cardian, Cherry Blossom with Curtain, sorry about that, I knew what it was. Envoy of Chaos, love that card. At least the name. The card might be junk. Crystron Sulfiner? What is this? The image kind of looks like Winged Dragon Raw. That's never a bad thing. White Princess, Yoko Tuner, and Zoodiac Ramram. For those who know, is so WindWitch archetype any good? It seems like it has potential off those two cards alone. But two cards cannot make a deck most of the time. Super Quantal Alphin Spike, said it right that time. Hebo, Lord of the River. Shiranu style Samsara. Performapal Laugh Maker. Subterror Cave Clash. Another dupe. Ritual Beast Return. Super Soldier Synthesis. Beginning of Heaven and Earth. And Machine Angel Absolute Ritual. Is that to ritual summon the Angel Natasha? Saber Angel Natasha, I'm guessing? Just by the name of it. Miscellaneous Asaurus. Rank Up Magic Cipher Ascension. Cyber Tutuban. Sinobird Power Spot. Sinobaran Peacock. Delta the Magnet Warrior. But that's not one of the originals. I know Alpha, I know Gamma, I know Beta, but Delta? That's a throwback. Lightsworn Judgment, Magispector Gust, and Ancient Gear Hunting Hound. Very cool. We got Rank Up Cipher Ascension, Sympha Amplifier, Void Feast, whoop, Shiranu Sunsaga. So, our second secret rare is Zoodiac Barrage. So this is obviously for Zoodiac decks. Magic Continuous Magic. Let's read its effect. You can only target one face-up monster you control. Or you can target one face-up monster you control to destroy it, and if you do, special summon one Zoodiac monster from your deck. So it's sacrifice to basically a way to tutor different monsters out of your deck. Interesting. A 1-for-1. You only use the effect of Zoodiac Barrage once per turn, so once again stops infinite loops, so that's a good thing. This card is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard. You can target one Zoodiac XYZ monster you control, attach it to this card, or attach this card from the graveyard to that XYZ monster. That's not bad. So basically, you can summon any monster. It doesn't have to be a Zoodiac monster. You can target any one face-up monster you control, including if you can change a heart an opponent's monster, which I know change a heart's banned, but, you know, let's just say you change a heart your opponent's monster, boom! Sacrifice it, you get a free card. That's kind of cool. And then you can special summon one Zoodiac monster if you do that, so that's a really cool effect. So basically, if you have a Zoodiac you don't want, you can sack it to get a Zoodiac you do want. And then, if this card is destroyed by any card effect, which that's pretty much the only way to get rid of continuous magic cards once they've been activated, when it's in the graveyard, you can equip it to any Zoodiac XYZ monster you control as an XYZ material. That's actually a really good effect. In pure or mostly pure Zoodiac decks, I imagine this is at least a 1 of, maybe a 2 of. Other than that, obviously you ain't gonna run it if it's not a Zoodiac deck, so it's Zoodiac or bust. In my opinion, probably a pretty good card for Zoodiacs. Metro Gnome, Apprentice Piper, Zoodiac Combo, and Zoodiac Ram. Shinryu style Samsara, Zoodiac Bunny Blast, Super Quantal Elfin Spike. People want to say Strike, not Spike. Sinobird Crane. Ooh, WindWitch Crystal Bell. That's kind of cool to go with the WindWitch Ultras we pulled so far. Chaos Ancient Gear Giant. Pretty cool. Beginning of Heaven and Earth. Machine Angel Absolute Ritual, and Sinobird Crow. Down to our last 3 packs. If my process holds right, we should hopefully get one more Ultra Rare, and that'll probably be about it. Fairy Tale Rila, I think that's our first one of that. Kind of late to get a first of. Sinobird Crane. Symphonic Warrior Mix. Subterror Nemesis Defender. That's cool looking. I didn't know we could get duplicate Ultra Rares. That's kind of unfortunate. If we did, I was kind of hoping it'd be one of the WindWitchs, but nonetheless, that is an Odd Eyes Raging Dragon duplicate Ultra Rare. Per Shaddoll, Aeon, Speedroid, Horse Stilts, Yoko Tuner, and Cipher E. Last 2 packs. I'm expecting nothing. Mechanical Archfiend. Jeez, I can't stop coughing. Speedroid, Gum, Prize, Eater of the Millions, Ancient Gear Howlitzer, Spyral, Tough. That is another new rare. Pretty cool. Ooh. Tira, Source of Destruction. Very cool super rare. Zoodiac Ram, Ritual Beast Return, and Super Soldier Synthesis. We are on our final pack of Raging Tempest. Here we go. Shinobird Power Spot, Cyber Tutubon, Cipher Spectrum, Lost Wind, and our... You know what? We're going to go backwards just to save the holo for last. We got Performapal Hand Standacoon. Is that supposed to be like Crash Bandicoot type thing there? Ritual Beast Return, Shinobird Pigeon, Shinobird's Calling, and our final holo of the booster box, super rare, is Spyral Gear Utility Wire. That is a new super rare. Very nice. Alright. So that was a booster box of Yu-Gi-Oh! Raging Tempest. First edition, English edition. Let's just take a quick look at the Ultras and Secrets that we got. So for Ultras, we got Odd Eyes Raging Dragon, WindWitch Ice Spell, WindWitch Glass Spell, and a second Odd Eyes Raging Dragon. For our two secrets, we got the pretty good Zoodiac Barrage and the so-so Full Force Virus. This has a Booster Box Buster, opening up a booster box of Yu-Gi-Oh! Raging Tempest. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. I'm always interested in reading comments, so if you have anything to say, let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to check out another video on the channel, you should see them pop up very soon or already. With that said, this is Booster Box Buster, opening up a Yu-Gi-Oh! Raging Tempest Booster Box First Edition. Signing out, Arc V.